All right, hey there. So we're back and we are going to continue with our Invoke installation tutorial, but we're going to focus on getting Flux running for you, okay? So you can see I changed my hat for you so you can know this is another video, but I didn't change my shirt. Hey, listen, I'll go certain ways for you, but I ain't going that far. All right, I changed my hat, not my shirt, okay? So anyway, we're here. We're going to move on with getting this installed here. This is we're over here at our GitHub Invoke-AI. Down here we're going to unleash our creative powers and we're going to pass up the installation updates. We're going to get down to here where we're going to install Flux. But first, please go ahead, like the video, share the channel, scream it to the nations about the existence of this place, and you're being real helpful when you do that. So thank you very much. I certainly appreciate it. All right, let's get going. All right, we're back, and you may notice I'm dressed a little differently, and you would not believe it. Yo, in the other video we recorded the stable diffusion taking place, and of course it starts with all this static, right? And it removes the static till you get the image, which is how the diffusion works. Yo, evidently live streaming that is so much information. I literally left my video recorder on overnight, and it was still trying to process the video in the morning. It was like 12 gigabytes. I mean, crazy. So a little short tip for you there in the future. If you're going to make videos, do not record the diffusion process. Yo. So anyway, let's jump into getting this. What we're going to do, we're going to go on over to our browser. Okay, so let's hold on just a second. We want to click on over to here, and we're in the Cobalt thing there. So, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to shrink this so that you can see what's going on a little bit better. Okay, now we're going to go back to our Invoke.ai GitHub. Okay. And it's going to bring up this one at the top, this one we want. So we're going to click on that. Okay, and we're going to scroll back like we did with the install. We're going to go all the way down to here, just down where it says latest resources. Now, this is going to click us on over to this page here. All right, and this is the one that has Flux. So now there's a few things to note. So let's read it. It said, note these nodes are still in the prototype stage and are subject to change. Okay. It says the node API is not stable. So it works, but they might change it up. Now, they're supporting both Flux Dev and Flux Schnell at this time in workflows only. Okay, so I use Flux Dev. It's just a little bit higher grade, but Flux Schnell they've created so that you can still get high quality, but at lower VRAM stuff. And notice it says in workflows only. So we're going to get to the application, and as we showed before, there's a way that you can use your text prompts at the top just to do your straight generating, but then they have a workflow model like with the Invoke-AI. So it's only going to work in that way, and we're going to find out that's because as we get down here, we have to have some extra files there that we're going to use. So, okay. So it's going to talk about the default workflows, how to get that set up. We'll walk through that. Okay, so as usual, what we're going to do, we're going to go over to our File Explorer, and all we got to do is get into the folder that we installed it on, and we're going to go ahead and click the invoke.bat. Okay, so that's going to bring up command prompt. We're just going to go ahead and hit enter, and it's going to default to 1. And again, this is a pretty quick install. So we're going to sit here, twiddle our thumbs for just about a second. It's actually taking longer than it has. It's because it's the first time I've loaded it up today. So it is the morning after at the moment. So wait for this to load. And there we go. All right, so it's going to go ahead, and here's our where it's at. So you can copy and paste that into your browser, or you just hit the control button and then the left mouse click, and it will go ahead and pop up our Invoke browser. Very cool. All right, so as usual up here, we can click here. This is going to take us back to our generation thing here, and you see I already created, we got her up on an elephant. We'll go ahead and recreate this in Flux, but what we need to do is we're going to be using the workflows. You can see I've already got a workflow going here, so we're actually going to clear that, because this is from last time. I'll show you how to do this normal, but first we got to get Flux installed. So let's click on down to the models. Okay, now as we were saying before, on the left is everything that's already installed. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to go over here to the right, and we're going to click on our starter models. Now at the top here, you can see we've got our Flux Schnell and our Flux Dev. I'm going to go ahead and grab Flux Dev. Now this is the quantized version, which means that it can run as low as 12 to 16 gigabytes. Notice the full version here is 33. That's a 24 to 33. I don't even mess with it. I've got a good GPU. I've got 24 gigabytes of VRAM on this thing, but it's going to take me a long time to run that, so I'm not going to bother. And at any rate, from what I've read from the big boys, the quantized version is just as good. So we're going to go ahead and just go over here and press that plus button. Okay. Now notice it's going to add it in here, and it's also downloading a few other things along with it. Okay. So we're going to go back over to our directions, and it says we need a few things. Now some of these are going to be already getting installed, but we'll go through them. So we're going to grab the T5 encoder. So we go over here, hit our search button, we're going to hit T5. Now notice it's going to bring up some of these options here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the normal base encoder. Again, you can do the quantized version and it'll run a little bit easier. I'm going to grab it because it's not going to be a problem for me to run the normal one. Okay. If you want to keep it down, grab the other one. Alright, so then we'll go back here. We can see clip L encoder. So we're going to go over here. Now it looks like it already grabbed the clip L encoder for us. Okay, but we'll type it in here just to make sure. Okay, clip L, well there it is, clip V2. Let's just go ahead, it says it's installed. Okay, so we don't need to install it. Click over here. You got this Flux Transformer UNet. Now that's gonna, I know that's not gonna be in there. We're gonna type UNet. Okay, not a problem. We're doing fine. So that's gonna be through, and then this Flux VAE, and it looks like it's actually already grabbed as well. So really, there was only one that it seems that we had to grab. Okay, so grab it for us. If it doesn't pre-install it, just go ahead and type them in there and find them. You can look at my screen here and do it and find it. Now, it's going to take a second for these ones to be in progress to go, so we'll let those finish installing and we'll be right back. Okay, and so now those have finished. Here we are. So now what we can do, let's go and get our prompt. There we had over here. Let's go up to our generation button. We had this Taylor Swift riding an elephant. So let's right click on it and we're going to click use prompt. Now notice it pops it up here. So let's just copy that. Now we're going to go down to our workflows. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to do we're going to click this, our library. Okay. And it's going to bring us up this page. We're going to click on default workflows. Now notice it says flex image to image. So if we're going to take an image and make another one of it, we can do this. It will create something we can do with that, but we're going to grab this one, flex text to image. So let's go ahead and load that up. Okay, now if we go up here, edit in workflow editor, you're going to see it brings up our comfy UI stuff. Okay, so you can actually change things here, but it also gives over here. So we're going to click here, click our model, and then we're going to click our encoder, and we're going to click that, and we're going to just go down here and grab all these till we get to our prompt, and then we can paste in Taylor Swift riding an elephant. Okay, now I'll put in 50 to make it a bit better, but here's the thing, I'm going to change the page when I click this, because last time I'm going to actually pause it while we're generating, because last time I recorded while this is generating and it messed up everything. So I'm going to pause it. All we got to do is go up here, click invoke, and then let's see what it does. Okay, and it's done. So now we can click up here, okay, lives in linear view, and there we have our picture of Taylor Swift riding an elephant. So that is pretty good, okay? And then so same thing, we can go back here and you can change stuff in here if you want. You could use this, you can use this stuff over here. I do notice that the width and the height, you have to change over here. If we go up to try to generate, if we could generate here, it's going to show us the image that we created. Although we cannot, if you notice here, you can't actually pick Flux. So even though it had created it down here, it's showing it up there. Okay, so, but you could do the same thing just by being down here in workflows and clicking this, and then you can picture your different stuff that you have made with Flux. Okay, so that's pretty groovy. That's pretty easy to do stuff, okay? Not bad at all. All right, so there you have it. We have installed Flux. We very easily use this software, which grants us really easy starter packs to get going. We used the directions on the GitHub page to make sure we had the right stuff going on. We generated the image, and we avoided overwhelming the video so that it doesn't run for literally 10 hours and still not complete. So there you have it. You're in the Flux game, and I'm going to tell you, this works a heck of a lot faster than it does. Even with my state, I have this going in SD Forge. I have some other stuff. It's probably the fastest Flux that I have used. So go ahead, get yourself going with that. If you have any questions, hit me up on the GitHub. I'll be happy to answer you some questions, help you out with that. And as always, hang in there. Keep pressing towards the goal. We're doing it together. It's like a ladder. There's people that know more than us, but they just know because they're further up the ladder. We know more than the people that are below us. So we're all climbing this ladder. We're all helping each other get to the top. So you hang in there, be good, and as usual, we'll catch you next time.